Madurai. We are happy to present briefly the long glorious history of Madurai in a compact disc. One has to delve deep into the realms of history in order to preserve the ancient heritage of the past and to pass it on to the future generation. And the facts of history must be revealed to the world without bias. Impelled by this motive, we have prepared this disc, Madurai, the city of Tamil heritage. We are sure that the viewers will be interested in historical research and become patrons devoted to the preservation of ancient monuments.
Madurai in ancient literary works. Madurai is the name given to this city long ago, before the birth of Christ as revealed in ancient writings and oral tradition. The city of Madurai is mentioned in the works of the poets of the Sangam age and appears as part of the names of poets. The name occurs in great literary works of the past such as Muttolairam, Manimegalai, Thevaram, Tiruvasagam, Periyapranam, Kalladam, Thiruvilayadal Pranam and minor poems. Foreign visitors have made references to Madurai. Megasthenes mentions it in his work. Efthon, the Muslim historian, describes the city as well fortified. Mahavamsam, the Sinhalese epic, and Gaudalya's Arthasastra make a mention of Madurai. The inscriptions of Middle Ages call the city Madakula Keel Madurai. Ptolemy and Pliny call it Madura. the Brahmi inscriptions of the 3rd century BC give the name Mathirai to the city. On the other hand, Pulangrichi inscriptions call it Madurai.
The Pandyan Kingdom.
The ancient city of Madurai was the seat of the Pandyan kings of antiquity. The Pandyan dynasty of kings is considered one of the most ancient in the world. 2 of their ambassadors had visited the court of Augustus according to historians. Megasthenes and Gaudalya describe in their works the splendor of ancient Pandyan kingdom. One of the first known Pandyan kings was Nilandaru Trivir Pandyan of the Sangam period. The great commentator Nachinar Kiniyar says that it was in his court that the grammar treatise of Tulkapiyar was launched. The last of the Sangam kings was Ukira Peruvaladi. He got the Sangam classics, Ettutohai and Ahananuru anthologized. It is said that the sacred Thirukural was presented in his court first. Perhaps the Pandyan dynasty of the Sangam period came to an end in the 3rd century AD, for there are no evidences of their presence from the 3rd century to the 6th century. During that period, Kalapiras occupied the Pandya kingdom. The Pandya kings were ascendant from the 6th century to 10th century. During this middle period, the kingdom was ruled by many kings starting from Kadungon to Veerapandyan. According to Mahavamsam, Simara Sivalaban, one of the kings of this period, invaded Ceylon and defeated their king. The end of the first empire of the Pandya kings came with the death of Veerapandyan in the hands of the Chola king Aditya II. The Cholas had the Pandya kingdom under their rule from the 10th to the 12th century. The second empire of the Pandyas was established by Vikrama Pandyan in 1180, who wrenched it from the Chola king Kulothunga III. The empire lasted till 1308. Ceylon was again invaded by Maravarman Kulasekaran, who sent his general in 1284 AD. The Pandyan army plundered the country and brought home a lot of wealth, including the sacred relic of the Buddha's tooth. The Sinhalese king Parakirama Bahu came to Madurai and paid his tributes to the Pandyan king to redeem the relic.
It's appropriate to quote here two traveler historians who had visited the Pandyan kingdom. The first was by Marco Polo, the Venetian globetrotter who visited the Pandyan kingdom during the reign of Saddeyavarman Sundarapandyan I. He remarks that the Pandya kingdom was the best country in India and it was ruled by 5 Pandyan kings with Sundarapandyan as their crowned monarch. He further deals with the splendor and wealth of the kingdom. Sundarapandyan was a benevolent king. The land was scattered with pearls. There was a custom of sati and people believed in astrology. There were dancers in temples. The next account about the Pandyan kingdom is from Wasif, the Muslim historian. During his visit, he was greatly impressed by the big ships of mountainous size that visited the harbours of the kingdom with cargo from China, Indu, Sindhu and other countries.
Maravarman Kulasegaran I had 2 sons, Sundarapandyan by his wife and Veerapandyan by his concubine. The king chose Veerapandyan as his heir. Angry with his father for ignoring him, Sundarapandyan killed his father and ascended the throne. Veerapandyan defeated him and drove him out of Madurai. It is said that Sundarapandyan sought the help of Alauddin Khilji's general Malik Kafur, who was marching towards the south. The political situation that prevailed then facilitated the invaders. Kafur also made use of the opportunity to plunder the Pandyan kingdom and take away 512 elephants, 5,000 horses and gold jewels. However, one is not sure how Sundarapandyan benefited from Malik Kafur's invasion. It appears the north of Pandya kingdom was ruled by Sundarapandyan and the south by Veerapandyan.
Madurai under the Sultans. Delhi Sultan Tughlaq sent Jalaluddin Asansa in 1330, who established the rule of the Sultans in Madurai. The Pandyan kings could not regain their rule and they got scattered in different parts of their past kingdom and were kings in namesake in places like Tenkasi, Ramanathapuram and Tirunelveli. The reign of the Sultans lasted from 1330 to 1378. Asansa rebelled against Tughlaq and began his independent rule in Madurai. The rule of the cruel despot Tanganerissa was one of the most horrid years in the history of Madurai. He killed 80-year-old Veeravallaban, skinned him, stuffed the body with hay and hung it on the wall. Even though the Vijayanagar prince Kumara Kambana brought his rule to an end in 1371, the rule of the Sultans lasted till 1378. The Muslim historian Ifan Paduda denounces the cruel reign of the Sultans.
The conquest of Madurai by Vijayanagar's empire in 1378 resulted in the spread of its rule throughout Tamil Nadu. It devolved on the kings of Vijayanagar to